Hello everyone who is interested in the future energy. This is not a secret that we need oil and gas to produce energy. Thanks for oil, we can not only run our cars and heat our houses, but also we use oil to pave roads, produce electricity, and produce drugs, clothes, medical equipment, toys, and many other good things. My name is Elena Andriianova, and I am a PhD student at the University of Alberta. I am here to talk about oil. What is oil? Millions of years ago, the world's oceans were filled with plants and plankton. When this creature died, they fell to the bottom of the seas. Over millions of years, these remains were buried under their layers of sand and mud. Heat and pressure turned these remains into oil and natural gas. Oil is trapped under the ground in sand formation. Can you imagine the sponge filled with water? This is almost the same thing, but the sponge is sand filled with oil, buried under many layers of rock. Oil can be found all over the world, including North Sea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, the United States, Iran, Iraq, China, and of course Canada. Canadian engineers are spending days and nights trying to find the most environmentally friendly methods of oil production. And even though we are the world leaders in producing of clean oil, we still try to find the best ways of production. One of the big challenges in oil production in Canada is that our oil is mostly crude oil and bitumen, which is so dense that cannot flow without our help. Imagine honey. There are lots of different types. We have liquid and solid types. The liquid honey can easily flow out of jar if we turn it over. But if we leave the honey in the refrigerator for an hour, it becomes thicker and cannot flow anymore. So how we can help it to flow? We can heat it so that it becomes liquid again, or we can add some water to dissolve it. The same happens with heavy oil. We have two options: to heat it, that are what steam-assisted gravity drainage or SAGD and cyclic steam injection technology is about. Or we can dissolve it by using solvents. That is what WAPEX is about. Solvents are basically light oil or gas that can dissolve into bitumen, reducing the viscosity or the thickness. The same as acetone applied to nail polish. These are main methods of bitumen production. However, unfortunately, they have some drawbacks. The heating-based technologies inject hot steam under the ground, so a lot of water and energy are required, making the process not so environmentally friendly as it could be. Solvents-based methods are more ecological because they require less energy and water, but they work slowly, and so they are less profitable. The solution could be the combination of these two technologies, so a combination of heat and solvent. These methods are very promising and showed good results in recent years. However, we cannot just start using the methods without testing, because it can be unsafe for the environment or couldn't work at all. The same as with vaccine, we cannot test it on humans without testing and doing a lot of experiments. How we can study the method? That is what my research about. We can do tests or simulations. The easiest way to predict the future is to make a modeling or simulation, when we can make a computerized copy of oil reservoir and test any desired production technique on it. If the model is small and simple, the simulation is just seconds. But thermal solvent-associated technologies are quite complicated, and it can take days and weeks to run a single model. This makes it hard to test lots of different production methods. So the aim of my research of my team is to develop a model that works faster under these complex conditions. One of the challenges of faster model is that they may be less correct. Imagine we are doing a really hard math problem on a test. If you do it very fast, you might be wrong. But if you answer very slowly, you may be correct, but you may not have time to finish the rest of the test. The methods we are working to create should be able to make models work faster, but also remain accurate or correct. By making it easier and faster to test the oil production processes, we can improve technologies so that we can produce oil more environmentally friendly without losing money and economical efficiency. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me and the Future Energy System team. We will be happy to hear from you.
Thank you so much for watching Future Energy Systems video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our exciting content. Check out the links below to our website and learning page where you can find activities, learning extension, and more. You can also sign up on the website for notifications for future videos and interactive opportunities. There's so much to learn as we explore our energy future.